Right now, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers continues cleaning up radioactive contamination tainting Coldwater Creek for years. The light at the end of the tunnel is a long way off. And new tonight, Missouri Governor Mike Parson is asking lawmakers to use money to investigate these areas exposed to radioactive waste. The governor signed off on a $221,000 plan to make funds available to communities, local governments, and even school districts near radioactive sites so they can conduct testing. Right now, the House and Senate budget writers are reviewing the plan. If approved, the money would be placed in the state budget for the fiscal year starting on July 1st.
Only